Uh-oh, Keenan! Keenan! Oh, here it goes.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 90s shows with black ensembles.
Gotta do what I gotta do. Gotta move.
For this list, we'll be looking at the best programs featuring predominantly black cast that started airing in the decade right before the millennium. Which one of these shows did you watch the most? Tell us all about it in the comments. Number 10, the famous Jet Jackson.
I don't want a gun. And I don't want any guns on my show. But the ratings. I don't care about 8 more rating points. They're not worth the price.
After the young Jet Jackson finds fame starring in an action TV series in California, he pushes for the show to start filming in his North Carolina hometown. This allows him to balance his TV commitments with a normal life. The show's fun premise gave audiences a chance to see a black lead take charge in both the entertainment industry and local affairs. And when we weren't seeing fun action scenes, Jet and his family often appeared in realistic and hard-hitting plots.
There's a therapist there who works with officers after these types of events.
I love you, Dad.
Although the show only ran for a short time, it kept its fantastic concept fresh while making a big splash for black representation. Jet's mission to make a compelling show was a complete success.
He uses his brains and his physical talent. And if that's good enough for Silverstone, it's good enough for me.
Number 9, The Jamie Foxx Show.
Did you see Minister Society?
Yeah.
Right. I wasn't in that.
While Jamie pursues his artistic dreams, he earns money by getting a job at a hotel named King's Tower. The quirky customers and even quirkier staff made this show worth checking into week after week. Cast members like the great Garrett Morris and future star Garcelle Beauvais shined in every scene they were in. Fortunately, Jamie has as much chemistry with those fantastic ensemble members as he did with the frequent guest stars.
Sing it like Prince, I would not exceed the speed limit. Say it. I would not exceed the speed limit.
They could all get into truly ridiculous situations because the show wasn't afraid to get weird. While we don't know if the King's Hotel would get 5 stars on Yelp, the Jamie Foxx Show is a top-tier 90s show.
Come on, you're a big-time entertainer. We're gonna give you the red carpet treatment.
Number 8, Kenan and Kel.
Thank you for coming and checking out Keenan and Kel. Was it a happy experience?
Once Coolio's incredible theme song had finished playing, viewers were dropped into an iconic duo's zany world. In each episode, Kenan would drag his goofy best friend Kel into an elaborate scheme. Their family members and loved ones typically ended up paying a hilarious price for the lead character's ambition. While the show was aimed at a younger audience, its diverse cast pulled off some complex fourth-wall comedic bits. The ensemble routinely interacted with the studio audience while acknowledging how absurd their world was. And the show had way too many character catchphrases to count.
See, Kel loves orange soda.
Is this true?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Decades after the last episode aired, Kenan and Kel stands as a great showcase for diversity and one of Nickelodeon's best comedies.
No way, I will not go on another one of your disastrous situations. No, it's not gonna happen. No, I'm putting my foot down, buddy. Oh, here it goes.
Number 7, The Wayans Brothers.
I'm gonna be on TV?
Yes.
Hello out there in TV land.
Giving real-life brothers Sean and Marlon Wayans their own sitcom was a pure stroke of comedic genius. The duo filled each episode with clever jokes that poke fun at society and edgy humor that might still turn heads today. And just when you think the show couldn't get any better, you discover that their father is played by the legendary John Witherspoon.
Break's over. Until I'm paid back, you two gonna clean that damn kitchen every weekend for the next 20 years.
Watching the three men bounce off each other was like watching a comedy masterclass. While a few of the supporting characters came and went, the show always put a spotlight on black performers. We think these brothers deserve more than a few high fives for creating such a fun sitcom.
Goop, here it is. Sure, it's a sensational new product, isn't it? It sure is, Sean. But don't just take my word for it, cause that'll be plain old ignorant.
Number 6, Sister Sister.
Mom? That girl has my face!
Despite being separated shortly after birth, Tia and Tamara finally discover each other again in a mall. The sisters quickly decide to stay together under one roof. Since they were raised by two very different people, there's plenty of wacky misunderstandings and arguments. But at the end of the day, the audience is reminded that the house this blended family lives in is full of love.
Wait a minute, nobody's coming in and breaking us up. The family isn't getting smaller, it's getting larger.
Sister Sister also put great spins on sitcom staples like the annoying neighbor while packing strong dramatic twist. Ultimately, the reunion of long-lost twins led to a blended family sitcom that was a staple of many childhoods.
Now act like you know each other.
Number 5. Martin.
Next caller. What up?
This sitcom about a radio DJ's daily life and mishaps was a big ratings hit when it first started running. One of the big reasons it might have been so beloved comes down to its ridiculously stacked cast. Outside of the title character, actors like Tashina Arnold, Carl Anthony Payne II, and Tisha Campbell consistently nailed their roles. Even characters like Brother Man from the Fifth Floor could steal the show with just a couple minutes of screen time. Their performances made what could have been run-of-the-mill sitcom plots into must-see comedy adventures. After the show, a few core members of the Ensemble starred in hugely successful sitcoms. Their continued success was further proof of how amazing Martin's cast was.
Ma'am, could you wait for me downstairs? Everything's okay. Please, thank you. Thank you.
Sure. My work here is done.
Number 4. Living Single.
Guess who?
Denzel, I told you to stop bothering me at the office.
Living Single focused on 6 adults managing relationship and career problems in New York. While the setup sounded like Friends, this black-led sitcom was actually broadcast first. Although Living Single may have not achieved the same level of pop culture fame, it definitely brought a lot of superb elements to the table. Seeing the cast of professionals thrive in non-stereotypical roles was a great step forward for black representation on TV. It also helped that the main ensemble was full of superb actors.
That which does not kill us makes us stronger. Famous philosopher Nietzsche said that right before he died.
Everyone from Queen Latifah's Khadijah to recurring talents like Cress Williams' Terrence brought their A-game to every episode. If you haven't gotten to know this group of friends yet, now's a great time to treat yourself to their stories.
Oh, liar, you just dated my man last month.
Damn right. Then I do it again.
Number 3. Moesha.
I liked it better back in the day when it was just me, Miles, and Dad. Well, it's getting late. I better say goodnight.
Although Brandy's Moesha dealt with loss, an unfaithful partner, and issues around her father remarrying in the show's debut, we still found ourselves laughing throughout the story. This episode was a great preview of how entertaining and impactful each episode would be. Moesha's cast was full of complex black characters learning important lessons and trying to better themselves. And the show also took time to show that adults can be just as flawed as growing high schoolers.
I'm not your uncle, Dorian. I'm your father.
Frank, how long were you gonna wait before you told us?
During the sitcom's successful run, Moesha's friend Kim was able to help launch the warmly received The Parkers Show. Both programs were beloved for the realistic, funny, and emotional depictions of beautiful black lives.
Go ahead, you get your joy back.
Yeah, girl. Or at least get your brunch on.
Number 2. In Living Color.
Homie, don't play that.
Keenen Ivory Wayans assembled a dream team of comic giants for the Emmy Award-winning sketch show In Living Color. Not only did he work with his hilarious siblings, but he also brought in actors like Jamie Foxx and Takia Crystal Kima before they got really famous. Every single member of the cast created iconic characters we still laugh at and quote decades later. and the ensemble could effortlessly go from making silly parodies to utilizing humor to shine the spotlight on heavier topics.
Well, I'm just sick and tired of this kind of prejudice. Listen here, pal, just because we're entertainers doesn't make us snobs.
That's right. We're people.
During its brief yet brilliant run, In Living Color left us in stitches and made us think about the world around us. While this wasn't the last great black sketch comedy show, In Living Color is still one of the best.
What can I say? We had fun doing it once again. If you're there next week, we'll be there too. So until then, peace.
Before we highlight our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Smart Guy. This sitcom about a boy genius is beloved enough to spark revival conversations.
Well, you're right. The engine's fine. You're out of gas.
Man, I hate him. Who's with me?
Cousin Skeeter. While the puppet premise was odd, the show still addressed real issues in impactful ways.
Okay, maybe I would have got just a little upset.
Hangin' with Mr. Cooper. This series centered on a former athlete, had an excellent cast, and great messages.
You were picked on, but you're huge.
I wasn't this tall until the first grade.
Gullah Gullah Island. A heartwarming series aimed at younger audiences with an excellent theme song.
And let's play together in the bright sunny weather.
Let's all go to Gullah Gullah Island.
The Steve Harvey Show. The famous comedian's school-themed show was funny and taught good lessons.
What the hell is that smell? It smells like garlic.
Oh, that would be me. Yeah, I couldn't find any fresh, so I just sprayed a little garlic-flavored pan behind my ears.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel-Air.
It is physically impossible to think about black 90s sitcoms without thinking of The Fresh Prince. Will Smith starred as a teenager who moved from West Philadelphia to his aunt and uncle's upscale Bel-Air house. Hillary, Carlton, Phil, and the rest he met somehow felt both larger than life and relatable. Seeing Will and his affluent relatives struggle to understand each other's perspectives helped reinforce the idea that there's no one way to be black.
Being black isn't what I'm trying to be, it's what I am. I'm running the same race and jumping the same hurdles you are, so why are you tripping me up?
And despite their differences, the entire family came together when it counted. The characters and stories told on this heartwarming and hilarious sitcom have resonated with fans worldwide. We're thankful to this ensemble for teaching us that no matter where we came from, we'd be welcome at their home in Bel-Air.
Like the big brother I never had.
Oh, wait, what are you talking about? You got You're right, I see your point.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.